What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? It's Renebean. Welcome to another episode of Life of a Game Hunter / Collector. And as you see by the thumbnail, we got a lot of work to do. And I will say, make sure you stick through to the end, because I do got a package that came in from a buddy of mine, so we'll open that up. Also, if you have not already, check out that Discord server. We're almost at 800 freaking people there. It's a huge retro community full of very knowledgeable people. So if you want to show off your pickups or had questions on repairing or selling or just want to talk about retro gaming, that's the place to do it. Plus, you can reach out to me directly. So I'll leave a link to it in the description as well as a pinned comment. But without further ado, let's get out in that shop. Let's make some money. Alright guys, so we're going to kick things off with a Sega Genesis. I want to burn through these consoles quick. I got so many. Ignore the rain. I know some people are going to hate it, and some people actually find it relaxing for whatever reason. It makes me have to talk a little bit louder. But I got my priority mailboxes already taped up, ready to go, because I want to get these tested. If I have to fix anything, fix them. Put them in there and get them gone. So let's go ahead and see what this Sega Genesis is about. Now, I ordered these are aftermarket AV cables for the Segas. You can get these things dirt cheap, usually like a couple bucks a piece if you order them in bulk. And they usually do pretty well. They do a lot better than the Super Nintendo GameCube ones as far as defects goes with them. Because, I mean, you're going to have a bad one, you know, every so often. Let's see what we got here. And whenever you're selling a retro console, 9 times out of 10, the person's going to want AV anyways. I mean, that's as modern as they can get without doing any crazy upscalers or anything. A lot of people, you know, choose not to use RFs. I mean, you really got to be a traditionalist to want to use an RF switch box. Alright, so we got that plugged in. Let's go ahead and power this guy up. Hopefully it doesn't have any shorts in the power supply here. Just making sure, and it doesn't, so that's good. I'm testing this out with the arcade stick because I want to bundle this with it. It'll make Sega Genesis, you can't really get that much for, but when you have like a nice piece like that with it, they'll do pretty well. Alright, let's see here. Go ahead and try Sonic out. That's what I like to see right off the bat. Test all these buttons, all the lights come on, all the megas work, which is good. Oh yeah, this arcade stick's in really nice shape. There we go. This Sega's already performing very nicely. The arcade stick for the Sega Genesis is, in my opinion, one of the best ones, you know, compared to like Super Nintendo. I don't know why, it feels so right. Did we freeze? We froze. Let's clean this game up a little bit. I'm just going to do some basic alcohol and Q-tip here just because I don't want to get too involved. I want to get these consoles out and moving. Before I sell this, and when I bundle it up, of course I'll open it up and polish the pins up a good bit. There we go. Oh yeah, arcade stick is performing very nicely. I always check the directionals. All the buttons seem good. I don't know if I could play Sonic though with the arcade stick. I like playing things like Golden Axe and you know, like Streets of Rage with the arcade stick. Those are very nice to play with an arcade stick. All right, so this Sega is actually performing very nicely. This will be bundled up. And I've been having a lot better luck here with my console sales, and I'm not even listing at such a low price to get them gone either. One of my buddies on the Discord, he always mentioned that he always offered free returns on his consoles, and it seems risky, but as long as you're actually testing this and putting in the work, it makes the most sense. Free returns are very appealing. You know, they always have that security in the back of their mind that there was an issue they can return it. And I was always worried that someone would rent something from me, because that does happen a lot with games. I never offer free returns on games because people will literally rent them. But consoles, I've been putting free returns on top of that. They do pay for shipping. I never offer free shipping for a console. And I actually do fairly well on my console. So Steve, thank you for that little tip right there. Alright, so let's move on to the next console. So next up is some Super Nintendos. I got 2 of them. I already checked. There was only one that had the possibility of being a Model 1 chip Super Nintendo. I already checked it whenever I got it home. It was not. Haven't tried to play it or test it or anything. That's what we're going to be doing now. If you don't know, a 1 chip, they can usually sell for a good bit more. It's the later model Super Nintendo. It usually amounts to a little bit better graphics, a little bit better sound quality. I found this Super Nintendo controller, but it's actually missing. I don't know what happened, but the rubber got pulled out. I do have a spare here, so let's go ahead and open this up, clean this up, and put this inside. Alright, so with the back off, all we gotta do is just lift this up, and Super Nintendo controllers are so easy to get in and work on. Oof, you can tell that start button, that's definitely gonna need a cleaning. A simple isopropyl and a Q-tip's all you need to clean the contacts on these. If you really wanted to get, like if this was your own personal, and I've done this with my own, you can take out all these rubber contacts right here, and you can actually, you know, use soap and water and clean them up real nicely. I'm hoping that start button's going to work. It has a lot of wear to it. We're going to find out here once we plug everything back up. This controller may not be the best of shape here, but hopefully we're going to get some action out of it. Oh, this one's missing the plastic on the back of the power port. It's not going to affect it. That's going to be in there. I think I have a replacement. Let's go ahead and see if this thing's going to work though before we go crazy. There we go. Alright, that's dirty. I'm going to have to clean that too. Let's try this Super Nintendo controller out. Start button's working like it should. Buttons are good, so I'm good with that. But the Super Nintendo has issues. I'm going to go grab that piece and we're going to take care of it as quick as we can. Well, actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and test this other one so I can get this one put up. So that we know that controller is good. This is the one that we gotta fix. This one has its plastic piece in the back. Let's go ahead and plug you up here. We're gonna test out this other controller. This one's an aftermarket, but it'll be bundled with it all the same. There we go. See, we got signal through the RF. Nothing through the multi-out. Boy, that thing, that box that I'm using is real bad. You can tell from all the static from it. Alright, well that's good and not good. Let's see here. Oh, I don't know how dumb I could be. I didn't have this thing plugged up into the RF or into the AV out. This is, the things that I do to myself are unreal. I'm sure you guys have watched this show enough to know how easy it is just to forget the most simplistic step in the world. God almighty. Oh, see, look, always forgetting something. There we go. Alright, that Super Nintendo is working. Let's see how the controller's doing. I can't believe this. Let me try the other controller to narrow that down. If that's the case, that controller's just fried, I guess. Yeah, that other controller's just garbage because this one's working just fine. Alright, I'm gonna go grab that piece. So this Super Nintendo is good. And this one actually needs minimal cleaning. It's actually in pretty nice shape. I'm going to put this in the box, go grab that piece, and we're going to fix this other one and fix it right. Alright guys, so here is this part. This is a broken Super Nintendo board right here. Nothing on here works, it's just fried, which does happen periodically. But it's got a good back on here, which is what we're going to take off here and put onto that one. I'm wondering if I can actually just take it off without having to get under it. Let me see here. You gotta I mean, this is like the most simplistic soldering you can do. This is a very easy job to handle. If on your Super Nintendo that plastic piece is snapped out, you can order these aftermarket replacements. They're very cheap, considering. This one, I believe, is an official. Alright, so we gotta desolder these globs right here, which is pretty simple here. I have my, my pump somewhere. There it is. All I'm going to do is just heat up these globs and try to remove as much as I can. There we go. Let's see if we can get this thing out without having to take off this top piece. I don't see why we couldn't, but I could be wrong. There we go. Nice. Alright, so this is... there may be a few more bits and pieces I can get off that. But this is what we were after. That piece right there is going to go on that new Super Nintendo. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. Desolder the old one, put the new one in, and then we're going to test this thing out and see if it's working like it should. And then I'm also going to clean this thing too. I'll show you how I do that. Alright guys, so I got the new power pack in, and you're going to hear the explosion periodically. It's actually 4th of July tonight. It's raining. I decided to do some work waiting on my wife to get home, and me and her can have some dinner together. But you'll hear that in the background periodically. It's starting to go off. So the new plastic piece is in, and I'm going to clean this up. Whenever I had it opened, I did clean the pins a little bit down there, but for the final clean, these cleaning kits, you can get these things complete in box for less than $20. It doesn't matter if it's in box, I just use it. It used to be part of my collection, and I realized, well, I can actually utilize the hell out of it. I don't use it like you're supposed to. You're supposed to take this thing apart and do some... I just spray the hell out of this with isopropyl, and I go to town on this thing. And before I actually cut this on, I'll blow this out, make sure it's completely dry. But I'm just working these pins up and down, that's all it takes. Putting a little pressure forward and backwards, try to get both sides of the pins as hard as I can. Oh yeah, that took a good chunk of it out. Go ahead and give it a little bit more action here. All right, I'm gonna blow this thing out and then we're gonna test it up. There we go. Nice. So the Super Nintendo's working. I'll clean it up a little bit more, get rid of the sticker residue. Yeah, almighty. Yeah, they're going crazy out there with the fireworks now. That's all right. I got some illegal fireworks in here. I'm probably gonna blow off here soon enough. So this is working, which is good. So now I can have this listed up. Let's go ahead and move on to another console. Alright guys, next up is Nintendo 64. So I had someone reach out to me that said they were interested in it. So I better go ahead and get this thing tested and ready to go for them. It's usually how it happens on Instagram. I have a handful of people that'll hit me up for certain things whenever I have a posting. So not everything makes it to my stores. Alright, let's see here. I say a lot of stuff doesn't... I mean, you guys are usually really quick on Instagram. I could probably sell half of everything posted very quickly. Alright, power light comes on, which is good. Let's go ahead and plug you in. I got an aftermarket controller here. I don't have any officials with a good stick. Alright, let's see if old FIFA will read here. And that's NHL 99. I'm probably pissing a lot of people off. Please power down N60. Oh, yeah, of course. One of the few consoles to make you reset everything to plug a controller in. Alright. Yeah, those fireworks are going crazy now. EA, let's go. 64 seems to be working well. It doesn't have the expansion, but it does have a standard jumper. Obviously, it wouldn't work. Alright, let's see. I just got to test this controller. Make sure it's going to perform like it should.
Hi, everybody. This is Bill Clement, and welcome to EA Sports NHL 99.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
He headmans the puck. He steals the...
I'm not good at that at all, but it's working, so that's good. I just got to clean it up a little bit, and it should be good to go for him. So let's go ahead and move on to some PlayStations. Alright guys, next up is the PlayStation 1, and I honestly don't normally sell these a lot, but these are the AV multi-outs, so you can usually get a little bit more for them. I just need to get them gone, honestly. We got 3 here to test. And we're going to see if any of them are working like they should. So let's go ahead and start with this first one here. A little bit grimy, but hopefully it'll power on and do what we need it to do. Oh, excellent. That's what I like to see. I'm going to go ahead and cover this lens and blow this inside out. This controller doesn't appear to be wanting to do anything. Hopefully it's the controller. Let's see. Let's try out one other controller here just to make sure. There we go. I guess that controller is junk because it is not wanting to work. I'll try it again later, but I got a feeling that one is trash. Alright, so memory card. Let's see. It doesn't say there's anything on this particular one. Let's see if any of these will read with something on it. There we go. That's populating right there. So this memory card just may not have any data onto it, which might be good here. So let's go ahead and try the game out and see if it's going to read. It's passing all the tests so far. Looks like we're reading. This is a good sign. Excellent. So we got one unit here good to go. I'll bundle this with a memory card and 2 controllers. Let's try another one out. Alright, here is console number 2. It was already pressed, the power was already pressed. There was a demo CD inside. I wonder what that demo is. Let's go ahead and clean this out a little bit. Will it populate? There may not be anything on the memory card. That's the thing. Them fireworks are going crazy, aren't they? The big finale. I just don't think there's anything on these memory cards, to be honest. They're not dirty. I'll clean them real quick just to double check, but they seem alright. Well, that one's populating on that side. It just didn't populate over here. Maybe it did need that cleaning. Let's see if this one pulls anything up. This side didn't. Let me go ahead and swap them. See if that side pulls anything up. So this side's reading. The left side is not reading the memory card. Let me try to blow that out. There we go. Blowing it out did the trick. So both of these slots are reading. Let's see if it will read this game, and we are good to go. This is just a demo, but let's see what happens. Who knows what demo it could be? Oh, is it just like a CD? Okay, let's get. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's get that out of here. Let me grab my other game. Looks like it's reading nicely, so this one is good. Again, all I gotta do is a simple cleanup on them, and they're good to go. So let's go ahead and test out this final console, and I'm gonna call it quits in here because these fireworks are going crazy. And I believe my wife is home, so let's go ahead and finish it out with this final PlayStation. Every single one of these has been in the on position every time I put it on. What game was in here? Woo! That is scratched all to hell. Star Wars Masters. Someone asked about this, but that game is far too scratched for anything. So it's working, good to go. This one I can put up for sale as you know, with everything else. We did good today. We got 3 PlayStation 1s, 2 Super Nintendos done. And a Sega Genesis. All this stuff will be available on eBay unless someone buys it beforehand. And an N64, if I didn't mention that already. I'll do the NES and the 360 another day. The NES I gotta open up and boil the pins. I got a couple more NESs. I'll do them all together. But let's head over to the game room. Check out that package that came in and end this episode. So let's head over there. All right, guys. So again, I'm nervous already with this package. This came from a buddy of mine on my Discord server. He's one of the mods there. And he's the one that sent me this, a survival spear. I guess his intention was he wanted me to open packages with this thing, and it's not the most feasible thing that I could do. But I will attempt to open this one. There's no tell. This dude's crazy. I don't know. This thing, my wife's threatened me a few times with this by now. Like, you know, when you're a kid and you sharpen a pointed stick and you throw it, you think you're badass. This is like an official, legit spear, and I don't know why he sent it. He's a trip, man. And he said that he was sending something else out. So I figured in honor of that, I'm going to try to open this package. Let me try to show you this. This thing's dangerous, man. Like it wouldn't be so bad had it not been like razor sharp, which is always dangerous. But we got a box here from Amazon. I know it's from him. I don't even know how I'm going to attempt this. I feel like at the USPS delivered to a caveman. Hey, it's working though. I feel like I'm going in for the hunt. Oh god. Ugh. That thing is sharp. I can see why my wife wants to hit me with the pointed end on it sometime. Alright, I don't know if I can. We got majority of it. I'm gonna have to just go with my hands on the rest here. He says there is a note in this. The last one, I couldn't find a note. Maybe I overlooked it. Let's see. Amazon's kind of weird with their notes. I don't know how they do them. Good packing material, though. There it is. Okay, there is a note here. I think. Now, here we go. It says, now you don't have to worry about your wife and the spear. Fend off. Oh, God. Was it going to be like a crossbow or something? The heck is this? Some sort of deadly thing. Oh my god. It's like you're slowly preparing me for an apocalypse of the zombie sort. Are you kidding me? How does... Oh, it's got his... Oh my god. My wife's gonna get home and see this. What the... Oh god, how... Oh yeah, that's... Oh dear lord. What would this be called? A saber or something? Good god. That is unreal. Let's see. Look at this. Like, you can't make this up. Like, this is a legit, like, sword. Tay, you're bananas, man. God almighty. I just need to, like, start putting, like, spots for, like, various weapons in here now. I used to keep the spear by the door, but I don't know. This seems a little bit more intimidating. You come out with a sword. Tay, thank you for your weirdness and sporadicness. This is this is a trip. This thing's heavy too. I better put the sheath back on this thing. All right, guys. Tay, you're nuts. Thank you, buddy.